What's going on, everybody? Chump Change XD here. Hope you're all staying healthy, having a great day. So in this video, as you can see, I have 85, yes, 85 GPUs in this grow tent, and it's crazy to think about. The windows actually being open right here are doing a great job at keeping this tent cool. This tent is not closed. I keep it open 24/7 as of right now. I have that fan or vent, exhaust vent, going into my HVAC system that is literally heating my house 75 degrees all around. It is stunningly perfect. I love it. But I do need to nip this in the butt before it becomes a problem. So as you can see right here, I have a bunch of sheet metal stuff on the ground. I have 2 more 8-inch exhaust fans and a bunch of ductwork for this all-round ductwork for the exhausting and intake of this grow tent. So I'm gonna go over my quick plans, and then I'm gonna start tackling things one at a time because I'm not entirely sure of how this is going to come out. So right here where this 8-inch fan goes into my ductwork, I'm gonna replace that fan with a 90. I'm going to run a piece of pipe out, 90 it again, and suspend along the ceiling a piece of ductwork. And my plan is to take this Y, this is a 6-inch Y. I got 6-inch on purpose. I was actually reading the comments the other day, and someone said something in relation to a shop vac as to why it pushes it down to 1.5 inches to make a better suction, and it made total sense. So I'm gonna take the 8-inch, I'm gonna reduce it to 6-inch, and then I'm gonna stack them one on top of each other so I can have the branches point to each rig. And with that being suspended along the roof here, I'm gonna have the branches of the Ys face each rig, and the end will be just capped. I'll just have a smoke pipe cap right at the end of it, and it will, you know, exhaust right from the front of the rigs. Basically, this entire row will be served by one of those. Then in addition to that, if you can see the port up on the top right there, it's got the drawstring. It's like way over there. I don't know if you can really see it, but either way, I'm gonna run an exhaust over and out this window. That's probably gonna be at a later date because it's winter time. I don't really need that right now. It's just going into my house. But my main plan is to get the cold air into this tent perfectly. And how I'm going to do that is this port right here or this port right here. I haven't fully decided yet. I think I'm gonna try to use this one, and what I'm gonna do is stick a 90 through it so the 90 is sticking straight out and against this Mylar material on the inside. I'm gonna have it run to the back of the tent, more or less turning right here, and it's gonna 90 and point straight down. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a T off and feed a piece of smoke pipe in that way, or maybe I'll just leave the T open, who knows. And then same thing down at the bottom, I'm gonna feed another T in that way and cap it so it can sit on the cap on the floor. I'm gonna pull the PDUs forward, and that's gonna be my plan for the hot cold aisle. That's my entire purpose of this. I wanna do cold aisle on the back side, hot aisle on the front side. All of these fans on the rigs are blowing through the cards. I just shut everything down so I could do this properly. It was way too hot to work in here. As you can see, I got the 90 right here coming through the side of the tent. It is more or less flush with the edge, and it fits kind of perfect. Like, this actually holds it right where it needs to be. So I need to run another 90 all the way back so I can run the tube again directly down the edge and have the T's go into the actual sections of the rack. Probably just the middle and the bottom sections, because I got 2 8-inch T's. These things are about $14 a piece. And then these are the 90s. If you guys didn't know, they come straight just for packing reasons, and then you kind of twist them and turn them into the actual 90 itself. Check this out. So, got the T there. As you can see, the open branch just facing behind the rigs. I have another T there, facing behind the rigs. Comes up, a couple 90s, goes through, and I had to flex pipe it up to here because I don't have enough hard pipe 90s. I could do that, but the lesser of a transition is best. I know this is still kind of a tight bend, but honestly, it's fine for now. So you can see the silver 8-inch insulated ductwork, right? That I'm using because I don't want to create any type of condensation going cold into my floors. If I was going to hard pipe it, I would have to use the this bubble wrap here. But for the time being, I'm not going to do that because I don't have enough 90s anyways to make all this work. So I'm just going to hang on to this stuff for now. And over here, I want to show you guys. So I ended up putting a 90, like I said, right here. And look how perfect this is. My house actually has a 24/7 air vent, which I think is the reason this is spinning, because it's not plugged in. So you can see the top rail is like dead center of this fan. So 2 zip ties hold it perfectly. This right here is a seamless connection. It actually fits perfectly. And this is pushed all the way up in, and I taped the inside of the 90. All right, let me finish this this Y contraption coming off here. And then we're gonna close this thing up and test her out. As you can probably see, I rewired everything actually in between of these being off. This rig right here I turned back on because it's outside the grow tent. It wasn't making me too hot. Now, check out what I did for the exhaust. I made an entire plenum that the exhaust will be sucked out from in front of the actual rigs. So there is a port literally dead center of every row of rigs. The cold air is coming on the back, so everything is going to be forced up at an angle and out. This is what they call a hot and a cold aisle. So the cold aisle is on the back side and a hot aisle is on the front side. When I have this loaded with all the rigs, like I got one more to put there, which is this one, and then that one right there I actually have on the floor in the garage. So this thing is going to be filled in the next day or two. I'm going to run another 20 amp PDU into this area, and that's what those two are going to plug into. So we should be good to go. All right, let's turn everything back on. You know what I might do? I might put 4x6 reducers on these to make the intake a little more even. All right, let's fire these things up. All right, looks like everything's starting up. So we're going to give this, I don't know, you know what? I'll give it like a half hour to an hour. I'll come back down and we'll see what the temperature's like. I'll leave that exactly where it is. Again, it is at 66 degrees even, so let's see. So it's been about a half an hour. Seems pretty warm, not gonna lie. All right, so it's 91. So, I mean, it's definitely working because right here feels nice and cool. Over here feels a little warmer. So what I might do is definitely put 6x4 reducers here so this pulls a little more evenly. But it is pulling a pretty good draft, so that's good. I'm gonna open up down here. I think doing that will probably help just a little bit. I mean, this is just the screen intake to help with the vacuum situation. So I'm gonna shut this again and I'm gonna leave this alone. I wanna see if it gives me any issues, but I mean, everything right now is running pretty stable and this thing looks absolutely fantastic. If you can tell, I kind of left it away from the face of the rack, so if I have to pull out a rig, all I got to do is kind of twist it up and I can pull it right out. So that's... Okay, so we're back. As you guys can see, Crypto Mining Grow Tent is fully closed and this thing is sinking in so far, I can't even explain it. It's literally in from the face a good 8 inches. Like, no joke. It is so pulled in. It's not even funny. I'm shocked these little poles haven't collapsed. I don't want to touch them at all just in case they fold. But this thing, okay, is pumping real cold air in, which is mint. And it's like, it's seriously cold to the touch. I absolutely love it. As you can tell, it's 95 degrees in the tent. All of these rigs have been stable all day. I left this literally for an entire day. This is the next night to me recording from yesterday. So, I mean, you can see this rig is still on the ground. I do need to throw this one in there, but for right now, I got this stable. It was a little tougher during the day, I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty warm today, so what I had to do was throw this second 8-inch fan in. This right now is just blowing heat into my house. I need to get this thing piped and over to that window at a later date after I get this wall built, because what I wanna do is build the wall here like I explained before. This is just the contraption I put up so my kids don't walk into my mining rigs. So yeah, once I get this wall built up right here, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put a grate into the side of the wall. That's gonna be the heater for this room. Then I'm gonna put a Y fitting on this and have it go over to the window there. And the grill that I end up putting on this 2x4 wall, I'm gonna have louvers on it so I can actually shut it. And probably like one of those magnet screen type deals. So that way I don't have to worry about any whistling or anything like that. Either way, that's not really a big deal. This exhaust was 100% necessary. I needed the extra pull to get the cold air through. So my best option might be to actually take these window panes out entirely and build something like this with like sheet metal or whatever and get it flush against there with 2 intakes and have them both ride up in the base right here above my plumbing work, over and down, one into here and the other one into there. You guys know I have the tube going down on the inside here. This I have feeding in, which is pulling a real good suction right now. I'm gonna open this tent and show you, but literally, like I said, 95 degrees stable, so it might get hotter now that I'm opening it. If you can see, what I did was I ran this flexible 6-inch ductwork over and up right in between these 2 rigs because this rig was getting really hot. This A4000 didn't like that kind of heat, so that's what I did there. And then same thing on the other side, I ran it actually down to the bottom and over behind this rig. That is a 30 series rig, and I wanted to make sure that it was all good, you know, on the bottom row. So front thermostat 95, the back one right here, 87. So it seems to be that the hot cold aisle situation is working, which is a very good thing. Oh, and before I forget to show you, I had to throw these scrap 2x4s in here to keep this tent from literally sucking in the entire bottom of this thing. I put it right there on the base of the T, and then I just ran all these cables in right next to where that is. So that's pretty much going to be the gist of what I got going on. Now I know I need to get, again, another intake in there and another exhaust, or an exhaust in general, out the window there. So I have a few more things I need to purchase. I do have some more smooth duct work, and I'll probably end up doing that in the bays, even this one, and then I'll repack it with insulation and I'll wrap that ductwork with bubble wrap right there so it doesn't condensate in my floorboards. And yeah, I think that's gonna be the plan. So I only have 2 more rigs to throw in this tent. But as always, I appreciate each and every single one of you for watching. Please stay safe, and I'll see you guys real soon. Peace.